European Union countries agreed to bring into force the bloc's automated registry system for short-stay travellers.
The Danish and Greenlandic prime ministers declare that Greenlanders should be the ones to decide the future of the territory. Russia launched a barrage of drones against Ukraine overnight, killing at least one person in Odessa.
Arab leaders endorse Egypt's post-war plan to rebuild Gaza as an alternative to Trump's proposal.
European Union countries agreed on Wednesday to bring into force the entry-exit system, the bloc's automated registry for short-stay travellers. Delayed for years over technical problems and lack of preparedness, Interior ministers reached an agreement in Brussels for a likely start of operations in autumn. The entry-exit system's main purpose is to modernise checks at the EU's external borders and replace the stamping of passports. It will apply to non-EU citizens who come to the bloc for visits, holidays or business trips. The collection and sharing of information in real time is meant to help authorities crack down on those who overstay their short-term visas and commit identity fraud. Cyprus and Ireland will not partake in the scheme. The European Union is preparing to enter a rearmament phase. On Thursday, the European Commission will formally present a proposal for greater investment in defence at a special summit attended by the 27 heads of state and government. The Commission plans to grant €150 billion in loans to its EU members. The Commission suggests it will borrow the necessary amount from the markets and then lend these funds to the various countries over the long term. This arrangement will enable several member states to obtain more advantageous rates than if they borrowed on their own.
We need that because we want to increase coordination and cooperation, both in terms of procurement as well as in terms of military integration. And for that, at the end of the day, you need something at the European level to really push things ahead.
The Commission is also considering using an opt-out clause from the European budgetary rules. The Stability and Growth Pact sets a public deficit limit of 3% of gross domestic product. This exception would allow capitals to increase their spending within certain limits without triggering an excessive deficit procedure.
I think that the adjustments, the flexibility introduced for the 3% budget deficits will considerably enable member states to raise their defense spending. I think overall it will be still a mixed picture, with some doing it more quickly and more comprehensively, while others perhaps joining in a bit of a later stage.
The Commission would like to see all European Union countries investing in the same direction, namely air and missile defence, artillery systems, ammunition, drones and missiles. It is also inviting its members to buy together.
Let's also be clear, only if you order in larger amounts, in larger quantities, only then you will be able to bring down costs per unit and bring down and improve the scale economies, essentially, right? So this is what you need to focus on.
The Commission proposes to redirect European funds to undertake the investment. Finally, it wants to attract private capital through the European Investment Bank.
The Danish and Greenlandic prime ministers have responded to U.S. President Donald Trump's latest comments on Greenland. They echoed each other in their message that Greenlanders should be the ones to decide the future of the territory.
Jeg synes, formand for naalakkersuisut krystalklar, at Grønland er grønlændernes. Det er jo en holdning, vi bakker meget, meget stærkt op om fra den danske regerings side. Det er klart, at det er det grønlandske folk, der skal afgøre deres fremtid og deres skæbne.
Denmark's defense minister added that it is a positive development that Trump respected Greenlanders' self-determination in his speech to Congress on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the German Foreign Ministry also took a position in support of their neighbor and ally.
Und es ist doch so, dass Grenzen niemals mit Gewalt verändert werden dürfen. Das ist sehr klar. Grönland ist als autonomes Gebiet Teil Dänemarks und dabei würde ich es jetzt hier belassen. Im Übrigen entscheiden die Grönländerinnen und Grönländer selbst über ihr Schicksal. Und wenn ich mich recht entsinne, hat der amerikanische Präsident das auch in seiner Rede so gesagt.
Greenlanders will head to the polls on Tuesday. Trump's recent comments about taking over the island have ignited unprecedented interest in full independence from Denmark, which has become a key issue during campaign season. Russia launched a barrage of drones against Ukraine overnight, killing at least one person in Odessa, regional authorities said on Wednesday. The attack, targeting energy and civilian infrastructure, left part of the city of Odessa without electricity, water, and heat. It was the fourth attack on Odessa's power grid in 2 weeks. An energy facility of Ukraine's largest private energy company was hit, the company announced. At least 20 houses in the city's suburbs, as well as public facilities, including a business center, a post office, and a medical laboratory, were damaged or destroyed. Several other regions were also targeted in the overnight attack. The Dnipropetrovsk region was hit by rockets that damaged 2 industrial enterprises and smashed windows in 2 high-rise buildings.
International tourism is expected to surpass 2024 levels, which saw a full recovery from pre-pandemic levels. The travel sector is experiencing a rise in sustainable bookings amid pushbacks and over-tourism that is seeing several European countries such as Spain and Italy considering raising tourist taxes. But climate change is also having a major impact on travel, especially in the Arctic region. According to a study by the United Nations World Tourism Organization, 95% of tourists explore just 5% of global areas. Over-tourism is also a huge issue in tourist hotspots that puts strain on locals but also other tourists who don't enjoy sharing the space with crowds. Tens of thousands of tourism industry participants gather at the world's largest tourism trade fair, the ITB in Berlin. Many companies are experiencing a boom in nature-related activities which could be beneficial if travellers look more locally. But can tourism really be sustainable? Liv Stroud, reporting in Berlin for Euronews.
In its latest update, the Vatican said that Pope Francis rested well overnight as he undergoes hospital treatment for double pneumonia. He remained in stable condition on Wednesday with a guarded prognosis, meaning he was not out of danger. The 88-year-old pontiff, who has chronic lung disease and had part of one lung removed as a young man, had 2 respiratory crises on Monday in a setback to his recovery. On Tuesday, he was breathing with the help of supplemental oxygen after respiratory crises a day earlier, but resumed using a ventilation mask at night, the Vatican said. He has been hospitalized since the 14th of February and is set to miss the start of Lent.
Arab leaders on Tuesday approved Egypt's post-war plan for the Gaza Strip, countering the Trump plan to depopulate the territory and redevelop it as a beach destination. The $53 billion plan, endorsed by Arab leaders at the summit in Cairo, would allow Gaza's roughly 2 million Palestinians to remain in their territory.
والخطة تستهدف إعادة إعمار غزة وفق مراحل محددة، وهناك وسائل لحشد التمويل العربي والدولي وفي إطار يحافظ على الوضع القانوني لغزة كجزء من إقليم الدولة الفلسطينية المستقبلية غزة والضفة الغربية سوياً.
Hamas welcomed the plan, saying it valued Arab leaders' rejection of attempts to transfer Palestinians from their territories in Gaza and the occupied West Bank, while Israeli officials rejected it.